Welcome to the Club Technologies panel with Bino and Micca. I'm Micca, and here's
I'm
Bino.
Bino. Yeah.
um,
Go-
we're gonna present just stuff we've done for this year's Somna Club. We can't give all the spoilers. Just fair warning, we can't spill all the beans yet, but we'll tell you what we can. So,
yeah.
who are we? Bino, you can start.
Hi. As I said, I'm Bino. I'm a world builder at Furality. I'm the person that basically works at making the club world this year, and had worked in Umbra too. Oh, and and I think
Yeah.
that's it. For now, I've been working on some side projects too, like Virtual Fur Mix, if you know. And that's it. Like I normally just build worlds and most of the time are clubs. Right,
Yeah,
Mika?
and I'm Mika. I do a lot of various stuff. I consider myself a jack of all trades. I do shader stuff, world building. I built Stage Flight, which is my own little club. And for this year at Somna, Bino asked me to help out with the club, and I did a lot of the shaders and the back end work for that. Really excited to show you guys. So,
Yeah.
what is a club?
Do we know?
Yeah, do we know? I don't know. What is a club? Um, the club is, anywhere you listen to music, anywhere you hang out. VR chat's full of them, and of course we have one here at Somna. This
Yes.
screenshot is from my club Stage Flight. It's a very open world.
Yes.
You've got open flight and nonsense in there if you want to flap around. And I'm very, very proud of it. There's a lot of different styles of clubs out there. Like, number one, you got to have the music. Sometimes you don't have to. Sometimes you can have a live performer there or otherwise. But there's different technologies that go into these clubs. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you don't have video or lights or otherwise. If you're just there for the vibe and the music, like, that's great. But there are other technologies. You can have just visualizer on screen. You can have in-world fancy controls, fancy shaders and whatnot. You can have audio link. You can have in-world effects controls and all this other stuff. I've seen a lot of worlds like with a camera that you can point at hypnotic, funny patterns and do kind of distortion effects and whatnot. You have
Yeah.
worlds with lights, VRSL lights, or even audio link lights, and you can combine these any way you want. It's VR chat. You can do whatever you want to do. But how does that work? How do we get clubs to do their thing? So here at Furality, we generally pipe in all of the effects, all of the music, all the video through a single video file. Everything's synchronized. Everything has fancy, funny pixels on the top, and it all works. Well, we first start with what's called the video map. Over here is a video map from my world Stage Flight. Very simple one. We have the pink section that has all the flashy, funny pixels that control the stage lights. We have the little purple section. That's world controls. There's a lot of them in Stage Flight. And then we have a variety of screens. We have the live camera. We have the DJ booth. That's where the logo goes around the DJ booth. We have cloud depth and cloud color. That's something special to Stage Flight if you've been there. And then we have the main screen. That's the largest part of the video map. Over here, we have an example video that's coming in. Along the top, you can see all the funny pixels controlling the lights. Each pixel is basically it's just a value that tells the light where to be, where to point, like color. intensity, like the dimmer intensity, any spin, gobo, etc., and all this other fun stuff. And here we go with the overlay of the video map on top of the video. But yeah, you can kind of see how that works. So what does Furality do? Now Furality is doing a lot of the same stuff. We have a video map, we have control pixels, a lot of control pixels, and a lot of cool tech that just makes it all work. The control pixels, I'm going to go back a slide here. Control pixels on the top, that is a kind of a package, open source package called VRSL, VR Stage Lights. And if you're technical, by the way, this panel is going to get very technical. It's basically just raw DMX values. Each pixel is a grayscale value that goes from 0 to 255, and each pixel is a channel. DMX is made up of 512 channels per universe, and each channel is assigned to a light. And in most cases, multiple channels are assigned per light. You have like tilt, pan, color, strobe, gobo, speed, intensity, the brightness of the light, and then red, green, blue, and a handful of other things depending on the fixture. So that fixture can take up a number of channels. But if you've ever seen the incoming video feed in the world, well, wonder what all those strobing pixels are. Well, that's probably VRSL or some other control scheme. So Furality is a little bit complicated. We aren't just streaming video in. We got a whole processing stack going on here, because the club has live cams. We have live cameras. We have live camera operators. And that means we can't just stream a pre-baked video file in. We have to process it a little bit. We have to add in the live cam. In this fun diagram provided by Larsis, thank you so much, Larsis. You can see the 4 bot cameras, and then our last input, which is actually quite a number of inputs, all of our live camera operators. That's going into a program called vMix, and that's where we do all the video mixing, all the vision mixing, and usually we have someone, a technical director, directing the camera operators, selecting outputs, and then that goes off to a couple of encoding machines. Those encoding machines go to our CDM provider that streams out to all the club worlds, all the club instances for Furality. And it also goes off to Mixcloud, where we provide our video file if you're not here at the event. And even this panel's live too. Like, this is not pre-recorded. This is happening literally right now. I can see Twitch chat over there. Hello, Twitch chat.
Hello, Twitch chat.
And we have multiple, encoding stations. We have multiple vMix stations. We have an entire camera system in this world. And that's just how these panels work. We can... Yes, hello, everyone. Hello. There's just a whole stack here, and thank you, Leo, for providing this. We have an I'm sorry, it's early. We have an A team and B team, so we can easily swap between panels. That goes off to a separate vMix station. We have a final vMix station. I don't know if that's changed. I'm just going based off the chart. Sorry that I'm leaning over so much. I can barely read in this headset. And that goes off to a couple encoding machines. That goes out to the viewing worlds. It goes out to the Twitch stream and everything else. And that has to live somewhere. That has to run somewhere. This picture is our streaming setup. This is set up in a well, not really a data center, but it's very close to a data center. And it's actually a AV warehouse. But anyway, we just have all of our physical hardware right there. Right there, ready to use. We're remoting in and we're running this show. So even though we're a virtual con, we still have a physical presence somewhere, however small. And there's a lot of good reasons why we're using physical hardware instead of virtualization or cloud computing. Most of it comes down to cost and reliability. And from here, I'm going to toss this over to Bino. I need a drink. I need to hydrate.
Hydrate, yeah. So you're going to talk about Furality Umbra. For me, the slides I think are broken, but it's the one currently, like, for me, it's not showing the slides.
Oh, is it not showing the slides? Okay, I'll go the slides forward for you. That's the one that has the green lights. That's the club slide.
Okay. So at Furality Umbra, it was our third world that used VRSL as like a base for controlling and shaders for stage lighting. So we went above and beyond and started to modify heavily the systems behind VRSL. So Umbra, for example, starts to have this funny rotating lights control, like this very big cogwheels that can be controlled, like where their position is in the cogwheel in this rotation. And the LD or the LT lighting tech or lighting designer, I have seen both terms being used, can control it entirely on their lighting software, and that's like completely controlled using the VRSL grid node and being passed to the world and being controlled by our shaders. So yeah, like 99% of the stuff in the world is controlled by shaders. The booth coming up and down in the middle of the stage is controlled by a shader too. It has a pixel that is being used by the shader. I left that to you.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Are we audible again? All right. Thank you. Sorry about that. Again, this is live. All right.
Welcome back to chat.
Yeah, we're getting all of the bugs out of the way. The first panel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the video. Here's the screen map from Umbra.
Oh yeah, the screen map from Umbra. compare this to Silva, which I was like one of my first presentations talking about club lighting. The Umbra screen mapping is a little bit more tamed compared to Silva, and not tamed at all compared to Somna. You guys are going to find out. They have like one of the most screen maps that we ever did in this year, and it's going to be amazing. But here's the Umbra one. You can see is like have the center screen. Sadly, the last image didn't. Oh no, the next image you show really good. Can you pass? Can you go forward for me?
Forward is the
Showing
forward is missing. That slide was blank.
Oh my
Technical
god!
difficulties again. Sorry, guys.
Yay.
But here is the here's
here's
the
the
MI2 on PC video.
Yeah. So here is me showing like this is one of the tech videos showing like how the lights are, like how the booth is being controlled by a lighting software. This is the MA2. So like I'm here like clicking the buttons and it goes up and down. It's all smooth and fun, and it's all done in shader. It's very impressive and very fast. Like it goes and is very reliable too. So yeah, this is these are how our systems basically work, and like you can see that it can be done in the Unity editor. So if you're a technical person that's creating worlds, you can test this all in editor. There is like multiple ways of doing this. One of the ways that normally we do is using Spout. So we spout input to the Unity editor, and that creates a texture. And this texture can be whatever data that you want to use in your shader. And then you can go and like sample that data and test in editor directly. And it's really, really good because it increases the iteration really, really fast. Can we go next?
I believe next is just my section.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So let me toss back to Micca to talk about Furality, Somna, and our new technologies. This year going to be insane.
Yeah, it's going to be a thing. I'm still terrified of some of the tech we built, but seems to be working. Let me find some wood to knock on. Kind of crazy idea. This slide here, this shows you VRSL. This is just VRSL. You can see all the fun grayscale pixels again. I've explained before, it's each pixel is a channel. Each pixel is a DMX channel, and it's separated into a couple of DMX universes. Again, for clarity's sake, sorry for everything being so technical. DMX is an ancient lighting control protocol, and pretty much all commercial like show lighting controllers like Grand MA, Magic Hue, DAS Light, etc. They all support this, or they support the over Ethernet brand, which is called ArtNet, or I think there's like also SCN stuff like that.
Which is two over Ethernet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, over network. And because we can't really pipe direct digital data into VR chat, not yet, we have to put it in video pixels. And that's what VRSL does. There's a couple benefits to that. I mean, it never has to touch the CPU. You just grab the video frame and then you process it with shaders. And when you're working in VR chat, that's the less CPU time you can take up, the better. But yeah, so that's the VRSL grid node. We wanted to do things a little bit different this year, because of course we did. This is our grid node. This is very similar to VRSL. And in fact, VRSL does have a multicolor mode called 9 Universe mode. But during our testing, we found that the multiple colors are very, very imprecise. Like you'll put in like, you know, a mix of red and green, and you'll get not a lot of values out of it. Like one channel would be goodbye, Bino. Not. Hey, first crash of the con. And you wouldn't be able to get a lot of precision out of it. That's the word I'm looking for. So we did something similar, but we only combined channels that wouldn't really matter if we combine them. Basically, all these color pixels are literally just colors. They are only colors, and that's what they do. Like, we still have the grayscale pixels for, like, a fixture position, a fixture dimmer, a fixture zoom, the gobo, the funny shapes and all, and then the color is a color pixel. We also do some other compression, like selectors. Basically, if there's a channel that literally is only going to be on or off, well, we can easily just make that a color pixel. So that's what we did there. And there's a lot more nonsense this whole system can do. Unfortunately, I can't talk about that until the club actually opens. Be there. It's going to be in, oh my gosh, 12 hours. Under 12 hours. So, yeah, that's the Furality grid. Does some funny compression, but only on channels that can, well, funny, like, color combining, but only on channels where it, we can generally get away with it. And that lets us just have more lights and less space. So, before I was pulled onto the project, this was basically done. This was their nice grid node. It worked pretty well, but they didn't have a Unity side yet. Now, back in Stage Flight, back in my club, I was working on a project that I called MDMX. It's effectively a re-implementation of VRSL, and it's kind of designed more of like for a coder to approach. It's not super user-friendly unless you really like writing shaders and writing code. Here is just the abstract class for defining a fixture. We have some funny channel packing indicators in there. We have, the DMX universe and channel, and we have a bunch of other code. You define a fixture. You have to define a fixture basically by writing code, and realize that's not very user-friendly, but this is a bit of a technical panel, and this is how we make our fixtures how I made my fixtures for Stage Flight, but now we're making it for all of Furality. But in each of these fixture scripts, you can define smoothing curves. And that was the whole reason that I started this whole project in the first place, MDMX. I wanted to have fine control over each channel's... Wow. Sorry, I'm reading Twitch chat over there. I need to put my mirror over that so I don't read it anymore. But yeah, every channel can have its own smoothing curve. And that means we can make, movers move nice and smoothly. In fact, there's a little bit of a complexity in the that whole system. It's not just the regular frame-to-frame lerp interpolation. It's actually a 3-stage. I'll see if I can get into that. What else? You can define the smoothing values, the fast smoothing values. So if you have a speed channel, it does fun, fast smoothing values. You can tell which channels are part of a moving cluster. So instead of having to align pictures on a 13-channel grid like you do with VRSL, well, you define it right here, and it's sent off to the processing shader. You can see a working example inside of Stage Flight. It's up in the tech booth. Feel free to play with that. The technical documentation is plopped right underneath the video player. And yeah, it's not really intended to be a full replacement for VR stage lights. It's more of a re-implementation for me to mess around and to make fixture development a lot faster. At least from a coder perspective. And yeah, this is why I started it. Just light smoothing. This video here, you'll see a shader compile pop up here and there, and that's where it swaps from kind of a lerp interpolation to more of a velocity-based interpolation. You can see how the lights change from kind of be snappy right to their next position to more of they start slightly gradually, zoom over, and then slowly come to a stop. Still a little bit fast, but I was making a very fast demonstration video here. And yeah. There's still a lot of limitations to all of these systems. We still have to deal with video compression. That has been the bane of VRSL, of my funny MDMX. And also like just the Furality grid in general. Video compression destroys all of that fine data that we're trying to push into those pixels. And we have ideas in the future, hopefully, to get around that, but time is hard to find in life sometimes. And this is the end of the slide deck because I ran out of time. So some of the things we are doing in Somna this year. Everything on that stage is in shader. Everything is in shader. You will see a lot of stuff on that stage that looks like it should be an animation. It was done entirely in vertex shaders. Probably not the best idea for maintainability, but boy, is it fast. There's a lot of cool tech that we're pulling out this year, and a lot of really talented, really awesome like people that we've brought onto the team that have made incredible sets for this year. And it has honestly been amazing seeing all these people use my funny like rig and world that I've built for Somna this year and just make it dance, make it sing. It's the best part of designing a club, in my opinion. Seeing someone else come by and be like, hey, I see your funny lighting rig. I'm going to make it do something you've never thought it could do. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think everyone in our AV team doing very creative stuff where the technology we developed these years is like so good. It's like one of the best feelings in the world.
Yeah. And yeah. I am going to throw up our socials, and then we're going to actually before that, do you have any additional thoughts or words, Bino?
Before I crashed, I was really excited to talk about the Furality grid now because it was one of the software that I developed this here with Micca and one of our people in creative team called Turvid, and like it's like one of the things that made like the Somna Club really possible because we can pack so many channels for controlling lights, controlling systems in the world, 100% in shader and without like wasting so much space in the screen, which was one of the biggest complaints that we had with the VRSL, that a lot of stuff that for us didn't make a lot of sense was being done there. Like, for example, have RGB pixels. Instead of having RGB pixels, each channel consider like the red and green and blue channel. Micca has a good point about this, that about compression. That pushing everything through RGB pixels is not that great for compression's sake. But we have tested and it being just working fine.
It works well enough for the channels we compress into to RGB.
make it possible to also compress stuff, put everything in a single pixel in the screen, which helps saving a lot of space for other things, like for example the screens in the world and the hologram for the DJ, and more like having the same space for stream team to stream everyone into the club, and still have more gradients and all other types of stuff they would love to push in our worlds. So yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun stuff in there. Do have to clarify, there are a couple pieces that aren't purely in shader. There are some stuff we still have to turn on and off game objects and stuff like that. We still have to have a readback. But it's fortunately not that bad. A lot of it is completely in shader. Like all the stuff you see on stage, for the most part, is done completely in shader.
We have even
there's
particle systems done in shader now.
yes, we do.
I give a small little peek
that
of
was
the
whole thing.
Yes,
that was the whole thing. Hopefully, I'm able to talk about that soon sometime. Oh, what other thoughts here? Goodness. I'm gonna pop up our socials. You can follow Bino on Blue Sky. You can follow me on Blue Sky or Mastodon or Activity Pub. And I guess while we let event team gather up some Q&A for us. By the way, if you haven't already looked, go to the Q&A channel of the Furality Discord. There should be a Q&A channel for us. It is called Club Technologies. It is directly above the general channels. I think, let me go and double check. Yep, Club Technologies with Bino and Micca. There it is. And give us some questions. We're here to answer them for the next 15 or so minutes. And while they pop in, anything else you wanna add on what we've done for Somna?
I think this system that we have currently is something that we're probably going to be reusing for the next years with some improvements, some minor stuff that we want to do, right? Probably.
I mean, MDMX is still my project, technically. The Furality edits stay with Furality. You know how that is. But there is stuff that I'm planning to do. I know there's stuff you're planning to try. If I'm able to talk about it more sometime, it's really hard to find time. I really do want to, talk about more of what we've been playing with. It would really help with the community as a whole. Share knowledge and all that. Let's see.
We have been talking.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, so we have been talking about like if it is possible. This is not. I'm not even announcing anything here. Just to be clear, be very very clear about like making our grid node systems open source in the future. This could be something that happens tomorrow or some years in ahead.
There's been
to make sure
that there's been internal chat. Even if it's not available to like fully available, at least if we can document what we've done to help people out, help other projects out. I'd love to see some stuff be backported to VRSL. That'd be amazing. We'll do it if we can. But do we have any Q&A questions?
Yes, we do. Hi.
Oh.
There's actually a good bit of questions now. So just whenever you are ready, I can start reading them off. Hi.
Go ahead. Pick your favorite. Let us know.
Paul of Wolves would like to know, how do DJs test their sets? I imagine they have some way to preview their work, make sure the video maps are working right, etc. Do you give them a copy of the club world or something else?
So we have a version of the club uploaded that only AV team has access to. They're able to program, test their sets, and run, all the effects and otherwise that they need. We give them a giant spreadsheet that tells them what each channel does, tells them what the various whatever. Sorry about that. Voices in my head. They're able to see what the video map does and everything else, and test their sets. That's
Yeah, basically the DJ get in contact with us. Some DJs don't want, for example, to see the stage at all. It's a very common thing. They don't want to get spoiled by it and like fully believe in what AV wants to give to them, basically. So there are some DJs that don't want to see anything, so they literally just send us whatever content they want us to put in the world, and like we make sure there is remapped to whatever we're doing. We can be doing very crazy stuff, but if the DJ really wants to see or want to create content or want to program lights or want to do anything like that, they have to go through a process internally that make sure that everything is like correct with their accounts and stuff like that, and then they get a version of the world. Mostly is in work in progress, but they can use that version that is in work in progress to do a previous pass on their side, and normally in the end they give to AV anyway, so they can compose together with all the other stuff. You never seen a DJ bring like a whole team like with the LD and a VJ to like do their whole content. That would be if you are a DJ and you get into Furality and you have a whole team to work with you, that would be a first timer. But normally it's like that. And normally DJs too just give us like video content that is normally mapped to like a 16:9 video that we can then throw into our clubs and make sure that it looks cool.
All right. And also let me just clarify another technical issue. Sorry. Micca, I can't hear you, but I can hear Bino. But Bino, if you could let me know when Micca's done talking, I can continue in the next question whenever we're ready.
Ooh.
All right. So the next question I have is from Buster. They want to know what made you want to switch from animation-based lighting to shader-based lighting this year?
So shader-based lighting has been a thing for a little while now. The big thing is just down to performance. The more that we can keep all the control pixels in a texture on the GPU, generally the faster things go. If it's not Unity and the CPU doing transforms on the fixture, it can instead just all be done in shader. And that's been a thing with VRSL for a while. That's we just went a little bit further this year. Yeah.
Yeah. If everyone went here to the Legends replay, you probably have seen how our old system works, which is heavily based around animations. One of the reasons to not go back to something like that or reuse those systems, it was because it was not completely, but it was very unreliable and very hard to make stuff there like we did after, like in Silva and in Umbra. It's like very hard to control each light in an animation type system because you need to animate each light and like you don't actually know like exactly what the LD has in his mind. He can be crazy with the lights with a shader based system. Animation system, he is very locked down to whatever the animations are in the world, and that's majorly like one of the reasons why we don't use animations anymore for at least controlling most of the lights. Yeah, can go to the next question.
All right. So this next question comes from Dorpomi. Have you looked into customizing the encoder to compress the DMX grid in a more optimized way for the data?
Yes, we have a
Yes.
certain profile that we use for DMX data, and it helps, but we're still limited on bitrate. We're still limited on things, and sometimes you still have a lot of other stuff that has to be in that that frame, and it's very hard to make it work. I've read some white papers that like would apply different, like talking about applying different encoding settings for different regions of the video. We don't have time to be playing around with that too much. Maybe in the future, because that's a super cool concept. But no, we're doing the best we can with what we got. We're using I think we can just say it. Yeah, no. We're just using X264 because H264 is a very common common codec across all platforms. Hopefully in the future we can try something else, but X264 software
Yes.
encoding for the best possible chance of getting some quality out of it. I think we're using I think it's literally just I don't remember if it's medium or slow or slower. The profile.
We're medium.
I see Lars is
my
over there
God.
drawing stuff.
They're like for medium.
Oh,
Yes.
medium. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we're using medium. Are we using the animation tune? Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
animation tuning.
Yeah, so we're using X264 medium animation tune. We found that to give us a pretty acceptable quality without completely destroying our encoding machines. We try to avoid we try to avoid hardware encoding because generally poorer results than using just X264. That's our quality preset right now. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to tweak that some more. But
Yeah. Like one of the and like this is a change too because as far as I know, if I remember, the other conventions that use NVIDIA's NVENC, and it has been always like very in the middle of the world. It's okay, but it's not that good.
Yeah, you'll still see some wiggle lights. If the people who know will know.
Yeah.
But we're trying the best we can with what we
Yes.
got right now.
Any other question?
Yeah, we got plenty more. So this next one is going to come from Deephole. Have you experimented with the different color models to see if they can give more reliable results with the video compression? For example, using the YUV color model and getting fewer bits on U and V than Y, but being able to rely on that.
I've personally played around a little bit with that. Yeah,
So,
we've
too.
both played around a little bit. Internally, video codecs don't actually use red, green, blue. They use some variant of YUV. Like it's a lot of color space conversion. There's a lot of reasons for that. It just comes down to what compresses better, and also industry standards and some other stuff that I don't want to get into, and also barely understand anyway. So, we've played around a little bit with that. I want to play around with it more. I want to read a lot more about that sometime. But yeah.
Yeah. Like I was doing some exploration on this side, and our major issue is making sure that it works in the whole production, because like at Furality, it's not just like me and Micca doing this type of stuff. It's me, Micca, and the whole AV team that have different software, that have different supports for stuff. So making all this work together and like change, like for example, change to IUV coding for like the input to see if we can like squeeze some more bits out of the video player. It's not easy as like in a small production where everyone's like have basically the same stack of software. Here we have people using very different stacks of software that supports different stuff, and we need to make sure that our production is entirely supported in those stacks that people can use. So that's like one of the challenges of doing this type of stuff. Right. And go to the next question.
All right. So this next question comes from Kuroper, who is a lighting tech at Furality. Is the MDMX system publicly available at the moment, or will it be released later in the future?
There's a lot I want to release. Again, some of that library is unencumbered, and I can publish it. I'd like to. I don't think it's particularly useful to a lot of people. But the if you want to mess around with it, please. I'll see if I can get that up someday. It's just down to getting the time. I have the awful habit of being like, oh, new thing, and I want to play with it, right? So I sometimes forget, oh yeah, I should probably put this out there. So I will. I want to do it. It's just down to getting time.
Yeah. Go to the next question.
Okay. Glitch would like to know, how did you work around the limitations on Quest?
Ooh.
Oh. It's funny because
it's kind of funny. It kind of all just worked.
It kind of all just works. Yeah, it works better in Quest.
Well, not better, but surprisingly, this all just kind of works. We do obviously reduce some shader quality. We have to reduce the video resolution and some other stuff. But this year, I think Quest technically, at the moment, this might change. The world's still being performance tested, but at the moment, all fixtures are enabled for Quest. Everything more or less works. There's still a little bit of a visual difference. There always will be, but it still works for Quest. Like, I think pretty much everything, which still amazes me that it works at all, honestly. But we were seeing very good numbers. Again, still a little bit of a work in progress. You know how these things go. Sometimes we're working on little tweaks, little things here and there until the club opens. But it works. Still surprises me.
Our target was to make sure that every single fixture, every single system that we make works 1-to-1. So it works on Quest and it works on PC. Is going to be a difference? Yes. Always going to have a difference because of the limitations of Quest in terms of like how fast shaders work, or for example, we don't have a depth buffer in the Quest. So like, for example, do some type of effects doesn't work in Quest. So like there is this limitations that we try to work around, but normally is like this world in particular is 1-to-1. Umbra, for example, we didn't have lasers for Quest. This one is probably going to be different.
Yeah, we have lasers this time on Quest, so yeah. Oh goodness.
Yes.
All right.
You have any more questions?
Yeah, this will probably be the last question we have, and that is and that comes from TransArc Player. What advice would you give to someone wanting to start doing club stuff?
Ooh.
Oh.
Just start playing around. Just open Unity, make the world,
do it.
play around. Just play around.
Just go forward and do it. Yes.
There's a lot of cool stuff you can do. Like, you don't have to go as crazy as we do. Just make a cool place, make a cool club, and just, like most.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of clubs that are literally just, some cozy seating and a video player. Some of them have audio link, some of them don't. Some of them have crazy lights, some of them have only audio link lights, and all of that, perfectly fine. It's all about the vibe, all about the time. It's all about having fun. Like, that's really it. If you do want to get into crazy lights, there's a lot of resources out there. The official VRSL Discord is a fantastic resource to get started.
Yes.
And there's a lot of other cool groups out there that will help you out too if you just look around a little bit. And yeah. um.
Yeah.
Anything else? Bino?
Yeah, and if I would just say the problem is that it's like VR chat is like this multi creative part of your that you need to exercise in the brain. Like you need to there's people that do 3D modeling, there's people that do shaders, there's people that do material work and all the stuff, and like all of these are useful for making clubs. But it's not needed that you know how to do everything. You can just go and like make your small cube world that has a screen and some sofa and like go back and relax and stuff like that. You can always I would say that always start small, then you can go big, because then you it's just a process of getting better and better at making bigger stuff. Like Furality itself is an example. Like on the first VRSL rig we had was the Luma Festival one, and it was just moving heads. There's nothing fancy on it. They're not like any crazy DMX controlling pixels for fireworks or stuff like that. All of those were very tamed and like it's just moving heads, and it was amazing and it was great and it worked really well. Then we then started rolling down and making bigger stuff like Silva. Then we went down and did Umbra, and now we're in Somna and we have our own system. But like, it always starts small and then goes big, and that's like one of the big best tips I can give.
Yeah. Just have fun. That's really what this platform is about. Is have fun, learn, and, play around. If you talk to any world creator, they're happy to tell you what they've done as well. Especially the technically minded. You can just talk to them. You like, a lot of people love talking about their work, and you can learn a lot of information from them. Yeah. I think that's all the time we have at the moment. So I'll put up our social slide again. If there's any other questions, pop them in the Q&A channel. When me and Bino have time, we'll answer more questions.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the con. Yeah, we're looking super forward to seeing what you guys think of the club.
Yes.
Yeah.